Hi guys, I'm Faisal from Center for Practical English, and today I'm going to talk about how to improve English by reading. By reading. My English was bad. I was performing poorly when I was small at schools, and sometimes I even fail in my English subject. And reason why that happened to me, I believe, because my approach, my concept of learning English was not right. Was not right. I thought that, like many other students, I was thinking that I should learn all parts of grammar lessons that teach at schools. Then I'll be able to start to speak English, to write in English. But when I focus on trying to understand grammar, I get more and more confused. I get bored also sometimes. Then I realized, as I grow older, I realized that it is not grammar. It's not grammar alone. There's something bigger than that that can help us to improve English. That is reading. That is reading. And I believe, and I strongly believe, that reading is the key to mastering English. Definitely, reading is the key to mastering English. While I don't deny that we should have basic grammar lesson, understanding of grammar. However, nevertheless, we should focus more on reading. More on reading. A few lessons on grammar would be useful, of course. Things like subject-verb agreement, knowing something on conjunctions, as well as how to form sentences. This would be helpful, but the main process of mastering English would be reading. And I will explain further how reading can really help anyone in this world to master the language more effectively. Well, to continue with this discussion, I have analyzed, I have studied how reading can really help us to improve our understanding of English, improve our practical use of English. Okay, so there is one reading equation that I have developed, and this reading equation, this is to share with students, with everyone, how reading can help us to improve our English, particularly how to develop our thinking skills, our writing skills, as well as our speaking skills, communication, verbal communication. So reading actually comes as a package to help a person to master the language. To master the language, it is reading. It is more on reading. It is more of a easy approach to many people, comfortable approach, natural approach, rather than focusing on grammar and trying to understand and then getting confused.com. Okay, so reading, R equals to, this is the equation, R equals to T plus W plus S. This is the reading equation. R equals to T plus W plus S. What I'm trying to show here is that when we read, the more we read, the more we will enhance, develop our thinking skills, and also we will improve our written English, to write better, to write essays, reports, sentences, etc. And finally, reading also will certainly, definitely helping a person to improve spoken English. This is the best part. Reading can help us to speak better. Okay? So now I want to try to explain The first part, that is thinking. That is thinking. Reading is really an exercise. It's a mental exercise. Okay, reading is exercising our brain to function, to use English. If you want to speak good English, you have to think in a language. So the more we read in English, the more we will give our brain the necessary training to use English. The more we read in English, the more we will think in English. We will think in the language we read. Right? Do you realize about this? We think in the language you read. Suppose you are reading a Malay newspaper, then automatically you will think in Malay, because the input, whatever you are reading, that is sent from your side to your brain, then your thinking also will be, the medium will be in Malay, because the input is Malay. It cannot be that you are reading in English, suddenly you realize that, oh my God, I'm thinking in Portuguese. No, you're reading in English, then you're thinking in Portuguese. It doesn't mesh, right? It doesn't work that way. So we think in a language we read. The more you read in English, the more your brain will function in English. See? So when we want to speak better, we want to write better, we have to think, we have to practice thinking in English. So reading provides this necessary exercise or training to help us to do more thinking in English. Alright? And there are two approaches in reading, two ways of reading. One is silent reading, and number two is reading aloud. Alright? So silent reading and reading aloud. Each way of reading, each reading process has its impact, outcome, okay, in helping us to further improve our command of English. Okay, silent reading is type of reading that we do only for ourselves, right? We read things just for ourselves, for pleasure, for gaining knowledge, whatever. Okay, so for example, people reading just for themselves at home, at the library, anywhere. People just read for themselves. They don't voice out. They don't say things aloud, whatever they read. Okay, have you seen a person, for example, waiting for the bus, right, at a bus station, and that person, or bus stop, right, that person is reading a newspaper, and that person is reading it aloud and telling other people, other passengers waiting for their bus. Okay, so saying things like this: hey, come on, you all waiting for your bus, right? Come, get closer, I will read this newspaper aloud for you. Don't waste your time. Have you seen this kind of person reading newspaper aloud at a bus stop in public area? If you happen to see this one, it is a special moment. It is rare, really. Okay, so we read just for ourselves. Silent reading. When we do silent reading, we will improve our written English. Our writing skills will be better, much better. Because when we do silent reading, we'll focus on words, how to construct words, sentences, right, phrases, and also we'll develop style of writing. We learn new words, vocabulary building is there as well. Okay, and then this helps us to be a much better writer. So the more we do silent reading, the effects will be, and then we become a better writer. Students at schools, they may get good grades for examinations, because these students normally they enjoy reading, silent reading, but there's no guarantee they can speak better. Okay, speak better, you have to practice speaking. Alright, that is silent reading part. The second part is reading aloud. Well, reading aloud is also another way of improving our English, but not at the bus stop, remember? at your own free time, at home, in your room, when nobody around, then you should spend time to read aloud. Okay? The louder the better. This will help to improve our spoken English, to speak better, to communicate better with people, to converse with others. Well, so reading aloud is the best alternative to speaking with others. If you find nobody around to practice speaking English with, if you feel that you just want to open your mouth for English, suddenly you see a dog in front of you, and the dog is smiling, and perhaps the dog is saying to itself, now you're trying to speak English, right? You're trying to speak broken English again, and then you don't like that kind of stare from the dogs or from cats in front of you. Then just grab any reading materials and start to read aloud. The louder the better. When we read aloud, we will develop mechanical speech production, mechanical speaking speech production. For example, how to pronounce words, pronunciation, intonation, word and stress pattern, and so on. So reading aloud will help to develop our spoken English, our speaking skills. Okay, so spare some time, read aloud, and then after a few days or few weeks, you will feel that your spoken English, your communication skills in English will be much improved. So there are two ways of reading approaches, as I mentioned earlier. One is silent reading, and the second one is reading aloud. Okay, so try these two ways of reading. If you feel that you really want to improve your spoken English, your speaking skills, to improve your motivation to speak, your confidence to speak, to develop your clarity, then you should spend time to read aloud. Okay, if you don't understand how to say, you're not very sure how to say a particular word, then you should try first. And then you can check with people who are good at English on pronunciations. So there are two ways, and these two ways will really develop both our written English and spoken English. So I hope this sharing has been useful and a good idea for you to make further effort to master the language at the end. Thank you for listening. Till next time. Bye.